seen it before, so.
You can explain. No, from before.
I don't know what he knows from before.
I was very little.
Yeah, you also do, but I mean, I speak English to you, so it's more also to see you. I never have to tell it to Kerry.
Okay, you tell it to you. But tell it now anyway.
Oh, you see, I was going to be first.
Yeah,
Okay? And where is the microphone by itself? It's in this camera.
Yeah, in stereo. Both
But
sides.
when I now speak like this, of course it's the same.
It's good there.
Yeah. Okay,
He doesn't know about machinery so much, so you have
you
to
know,
tell
I've become very skeptical of this kind of machine.
Where was it missing this alphabet? From the beginning of the tape or the end?
Filming it now also.
The film is going in, but we only take out the sound.
But can you not cover the lens?
Well,
No, you have to put something in front of it.
Otherwise you think.
okay.
Because
Oops.
Attended canal.
Yes. Wrong. As I said, the alphabet is actually the most simple thing in this story. It's what we all have. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, U, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ä, Ö, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ä, Ö. They are all beautiful sound. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ä. There is beauty in this sound from the root. And from root we get the ash. And the ash was this A. So A is like one triangle with legs. If you put two pricks on A, you get one sound called A. And if you put one moon on A, you get O. Isn't it strange? The A makes such a thing. So A is Aser. And As, Su, Si, A, Tiun. Association, 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 to the as, to the root. So we say A, aser, B, borg, C, skär, ra. D-dag. Ek. A-aser, B-borg, C-skära, D-dag, E-ek. F, frö. Freja. G, grund. Ja, grund. A-aser, B-borg, C-skära, D-dag, E-ek, frö, G, grund. H, hell. H, hell. I. J. Jarlar. K. Karlar. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, F. Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, I. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Måne, N. Nord, Stjärnan, Nordstjärnan. Ja. Nordstjärnan. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, I. J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Måne, N. Nordstjärnan, A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, I. J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Måne, N. Nordstjärnan, Oden, B. Polen. B. Polen. B. Polen. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Månen, Oden, B. Polen, Kvadrat. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Månen, N. Nordstjärnan, Oden, B. Polen, Q. Kvadrat. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, B. Polen, Q. Kvadrat. Solen. Solen. A. Sälby borg, C. Skära, D. Dag, E. Ek, Frö, G. Grund, H. Häll, J. Jarlar, K. Karlar, L. Lag, M. Måne, N. Nordstjärnan, Oden, B. Polen, Q. Kvadrat. Solen, T. Tor, T. Tor. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Ursprung. Ja? Ursprung. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. V. Vaner. V-vaner. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, H, Ö. Aha. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. And outside of the V, it's like X. And X means belong to ek. Ja. X. Belong to ek. X. Dra. Sill. Ja. Sill. Dra. Sill. Ja. Dra. Sill. X. C, A, B, C, ta. C, ta. Siitä. Siitä. Yksi siitä. O. And O has one association of something floating like one a river. So we sometimes call it O, rik, E. O, rik, E. O. Is this A with 2 points. And that's, we have much to do with the queen. The A is female, from their mahla. When the O is masculine, Seppo, Ilmarinen, has O. Maja, Ilmatarra, has A, O, A, and E. E is well O with 2 small points. So from O you can make Ö very easily. One will take that, and from O come Ö. So that's the Ö. Now anyway, in this combination you have E to start with. Very strange to start with E, and that's in a way the tre sol. The E. The tre sol. Tre sol. Tre sol. Så I asernas borg se dagen ekens frös grund. Ja, I asernas borg se dagen ekens frös grund. Hell. I asernas borg se dagen ekens frös grund. Hell. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. Orden. Polen. Kvadraten. Ja, orden, Polen, kvadraten. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. Orden, Polen, kvadraten. Ras, sol, tor. Ras, sol, tor. Tor. Ras, sol, tor. Ursprungets aner I. Aserasborg, se dagen ekens frösgrund hell. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. Månen, Nordstjärnan, Polen, kvadraten. Ras, sol, tor. Ursprungets vaner I.
You have to do that again.
Yes.
Because you missed out. When you got Jarlarnas Karlens lag, Orden, Polen, Kvadraten. You missed out månen.
Take away this I asernas borg and take it again.
Yeah. This O and E also.
Ja. I asernas borg se dagen ekens frös grund hell. I jarlarnas, karlarnas lag. Månen, Nordstjärnan, Orden, Polen, kvadraten. Ja, kvadraten, ras, sol, tor, ursprungets vaner I. Ja. Gubbe, gumma, bock, svan, ersmaj, frej, freja. It's 8 figures we have in orden ma. Gubbe, gumma, bock, svan, ersmaj, frej, freja. In Van language, we call them ukko, akka, lemminkäinen, joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, Aino. Seppo and Maija, Ersmai, is Seppo Ilmarinen and Maija is Maija Ilmatar in one language.
Michelle said we are going to speak about 3 types of period. Michelle has been speaking about the paradise time, and it's my turn now to speak about the ice time. And we have the 3rd period after the ice time. Paradise time was starting with the Frey and Freya, Sampo Aino, Seppo Maija, Bock and Swan, Gubbe Gumma.
Okay.
Michelle said we are going to speak about the 3 periods what has been passed. First was the paradise time, and second is the ice time, and after the ice time is the 3rd. So we have the paradise time. There was exist the 5 castes of people, what you say the class also, the Pirued, Roos-ed, Jarl-ed, Karl-ed, and Thrail-ed. This was in the paradise time the caste of the people. And to appreciate the system, this Pirued is making in their family the 12 son and 7 daughter. First son is the Seppo, and first daughter she is the Maija, and they never make children. And between they have 10 boys, and the 12th one he is called Lemminkäinen. And the Lemminkäinen, when he became 27 years old, he take one swan. Michelle said that we are going to explain the 3 period what has been passed. First period was the paradise period. Second period was the ice time. And then after the ice time, which is the 3rd period. They call also the Ragnarök. Yesterday, you listen the Michelle who was talking about the paradise time with the tropical people and the tropical animals and tropical plants. And that time the North Pole and the South Pole was straight. And in the paradise time everything was the tropical. But 50 million, 10,000 and 11 years ago, the North Pole changed in the galaxy system. So we get the ice time. And inside in the ice time the people stay, and outside of the ice time is the tropical part. And now this tropical part remains without cover the ice, so they divide this part in the 10 part, this tropical, what was the remains outside of the ice. So then they make the 10 king. We get one Peking in China, then we get the Rasul, then we get the Sultan, Suleiman, and also we get in Hindustan one period called Narkasul period. And the Narkasul was one Rabi from the beginning, which is in the ice time became Narkasul in his ringland. I wanted to explain a little bit about how the Narkasul came. In the paradise time, they have the pirouette, rousette, yarlet, carlet, and trailet. And this planet has been dividing full of rings. So as much ringland was there, as much Rabi was there, because all ringland was one Rabi. So the Narkasul, when he became the Narkasul in Hindistan, and the Hind, it's like one breather. And the Stan is the one center. So we get one Hindustan after the ice, in the ice time in Atlantis, where they has been dividing this planet in the 10 parts. So Narkasul, he is the All-Father in his ringland. In the paradise time it was different. In the paradise time they have Gubbe Gumma, Ers Mai, Bock Swan, Frey and Freya. So Frey and Freya is the first people on the planet, what they say in the history. This is in the root, but in the Finnish, what you say in one language, Sampo Aino, Ukko Akka, Seppo Maya, Lemminkäinen and Joutsen. And now we have in Hindustan what we call in Indian mythology or Hindustan mythology, we have Shiva, Parvati, we have Lakshman, Saraswati, Rama, Sita, and Ganesh. In the root, it is Gubbe Gumma, and in Finnish, Ukko Akka, is the same like Parvati, Shiva and Parvati. Ers and Mai, and Seppo and Maya. We have like Rama Sita, but our mythology is the Rama Sita, they make children, but in the Udanma system, Seppo Maya or Ers Mai, they are not making children. So when they get this ice time, there was coming one hot spring from Mexico, coming to the English Channel, going to the Oslo, then is go to the West Germany, and is go to the east, and is make one rosette, which is coming in one Finnish Gulf, this hot spring. So they could exist in the with this hot spring inside when this ice time was coming, this inside the people, because there was exist the period people inside in the ice. This hot spring was coming from Mexico. And now we have the Hindustan. The Narkasur is there, and he is the all-father to his Ringland. Narkasur, he make Maharaja, Maharaja make Raja, and the Raja make Kar, and the Kar make the Gati. This was the 5 caste of the people, what you say also the class. Same like the paradise time, when they make the period, Rus Ed, Jarl Ed, Karl Ed, and Trail Ed. In Atlantis, what is the ice time, we get the articles, animals, they start to create inside there, which we see later on when the ice time start to be finished. But before, in the ice time, there was no any contact inside in the wooden Ringland to the outside in Hindustan in the ice time. The Narkasur, he was the all-father to in his Ringland, in his Hindustan. And we, in Hindustan, we have one center called Ra-Di-A-Stan. And Radhi-A-Stan have one small center called Pu-Es-Kar. Narkasur, he stayed in Pu-Es-Kar, in Pushkar. And he have one castle where he tell from his castle. He give out the information. And now he make this Ma-Ha-Ra-Di-A, the children. And this Maharadia, what we say Maharaja today, but according to the sound is Ma-Ha-Ra-Di-A. And this Maharadia, they have the Ma, and they have the Ma. And Maharadia, in their Ma, they take one woman from the Ra-Di-A caste, and they make the one now Ra-Di-A, what we say Raja today in Hindustan. But sound system said it is Ra-Di-A. They little bit changed this Hindustan language, the Hindi language. And in Hindustan, the Hindi people stay because they come from the Hind. And the Hind is also in the paradise time same like Lemmingham. So according to the sound system, they was taking one name to their Ringland, or maybe it was exist already in the paradise time. But according to the sound, it is the Hind is must to be children maker. But let's come with the Narkasur and the Maharadi-A and Radi-A. So Rajdi, Ra, Di, A, what you say, the Raja, they have no Ma. They could not have the Ma. They have only A, Ri, A, area. And now this Radiya or Raja, they take from their area one car woman and they make one car. And the car, now again they have this, there was two types of car. One it was in information and other who give out, other who make the children. So now the car, he take one ga, ti, you ga, you only give and they take, ga, ti. These people have to give. They not have so much to take, the ga, ti, according to the sound. And they could produce the whole sperm or sperma or Vishnu Pan E, what we say in Hindi language. It's called Vishnu Pani. And Vish is the, in Finnish, is means the five, but Vish means also can be wise. And Nu is Udan's knowledge. And the Pan, it can be same like the freak where the Vishnu Pani is come from. Because when you get in your hand, it come Vishnu Pani. And still you can see today when you go in the temple, there is standing one Brahmins with one lota, and inside there is one water and one spoon where he give out for you as form like Vishnu Pani. But in Narkasur system, maybe they give different things than the today. You get only sugar and milk today in the temple when you go is form the Vishnu Pani. But this Vishnu Pani was the sperma before they had to solve in offering system in the temple, or what you say in the kapeli, because this car have the kapeli. Before, when there was Narkasur system or in the paradise system, when they make the children, they was always taking one harsh guy, higher caste than by themselves, the woman. Because woman have to choose in the ceremony the one man, and men have to show all kind of dance that he can be the father. And if the woman doesn't choose, he can't be the father. He has to wait for next maybe, if it's coming turn. But I wanted to come back in this Narkasur system. So these Gati people, they have their father, the car, and the car they have their father Raja, and the Raja they have their father Maharaja, and the Maharaja they have their father Narkasur, where the all people come from his sperm when you think the back. So that was the very important for them to make in their system the children, because they know always that is they have one allfather in the sperm system, which is the Narkasur. For example, the Gati people, when they give it to the car, they know is go to the Raja, and the Raja they know is go to the Raja, they car they know, Raja will give it to the Maharaja, and the Raja they know when they give it to the Maharaja, this will be ended up in the Narkasul brain. Like that, they have the offering system, and they are appreciating the All-Father system. It was in the ice time. When there has been dividing this planet in the ice time in the 10 part, we get the 10 different language with this tropical, because before was only 2 language, one root language inside in Udenma and the one language outside of the Udenma, which is the whole world speak the outside of Udenma, they call one language, what we say the Finnish language today. And inside in Udenma they speak the root and also the one. When they divide this part, the planet, in 10 parts, they make the Peking language, they make the Hindi language, they make Rasul language, they make Sultan language, and we get like that 10 language. Now is come in the ice time come 12 language, because this ice time, when this tropical part was the remains, they divide in the 10 parts, so we get 12 language. In Udenma, inside in the ice, in the Atlantis, there is with the two language, these people exist inside where they have no contact outside, because there was the ice was surrounding them and they could not move out, and they have from the outside could not go in with the information, so they was blocked out and they doesn't know what has been happening outside because they are inside. Now they inside this Pirouette family, they create the Atlantis article animals, article plants, what they need in to stay in the Atlantis, in the ice. And today you can see also that there is exist 10 tropical language and 10 tropical different outlook. I want to a little bit explain about how was this in the Maharaja or Narkasul system. In Narkasul system, the Narkasul, he make the Maharaja, and the Maharaja make Raja, and the Raja make Kar, and Kar make Gati. And Gati was not making any children, only the female who was getting out the children from the Kar. But this period was the Narkasul period, was like 50 million years was going, but 10,011 years ago, this hot spring which was coming from Mexico in the east was making one rosette. So from this rosette, this Finnish Gulf start to open. So now this inside this Pirouette family, they know that one day this will be start to roll. So now they put their animals, what they has been creating, and the plants in these boats. And they go in one cave called Lummelunna, and it is in Bockland. Today it is called Gotland, but before it's called Bockland. In Atlantis time, this Pirouette family, they doesn't make anymore the 12 son and 7 daughter. They make something called Raphael and Sarah, the history in the Atlantis. And they make 7 daughters and 7 boys. What they was needed in the system, they doesn't need it so much more than then. 10,011 years ago, when they find out when this Gulf is opening, so they know one day start to roll this, so they have to save, so they put their animals and the boat, animals and the plants in the boat, and they sail out from this Udenma to one place called Bockland. Or they overwalk from the ice. And now they come there and they stay the 1,000 years there. But these, when they come into the Lumelunda cave, they say there was only the 30 people, but not anymore the tropical. This Raphael and Sarah, they was not tropical anymore. They have the blue and the green eyes. They became arctical in the 50 million years time period when they come over the ice into the Bockland, or what today you say the Gotland, in this Lumelunda cave. And it is not so big cave, it's very small cave. You can't even believe when you go there people can become 30 people to stay there. But I think they has been little bit surviving that in that period when they have to survive in that kind of situation. But it was not living like one living cave for them there. So now we have the tropical and the arctical when they arrive in the Bockland. Now they start to make the, like in the paradise system with the 12 sons and 7 daughters. And the first son, he stay always at home, and the 12th one also he stay at home. Now the 10, this between this from the first and the 12th, this 10 son from this period, from this Lemminkäinen sperm, these 10 son, they are going out with the from Udenma to give, or from the Bockland they start already in the Bockland to go out in the 10 kings, this tropical, this Peking, Narkasul, Sultan, Suleiman, and there is more what we didn't know exactly today the names because nobody has been coming. I think there is also something in the America also, there is some tropical axis what in the figure like as like Narkasul. But we didn't know because we doesn't have the information, so we didn't know about this kind of. But this, what we know, Peking, Rasul, Sultan, and Suleiman and Narkasul. And when these 10 king, 10, the son, not the king, these 10 son, when they went out for these 10 different parts of the tropical kings, and they give out their information that they became the article from the tropical. And now the system start to roll is like the paradise time. Because before, in the paradise time, this, you say in the root language, the gubbe, or in Finnish, what you say, the ukko, he is sitting in the ly, snar, barrier, or this is in the root, and in Finnish is kun, tel, u, worry. And there he give out his information from his brain to the whole over the ball in the paradise time. But when the ice time finish, he start again the same system. 9,011 years back, when they has been staying in 1,000 years in Bockland or Gotland, what you say today, Gotland, they start to come back to Udanma to look what has been happening with the listener barrier of Kun, Telugu, Wari, or the Cebu barrier. This Lemminkainen temple is inside in the Cebu barrier, and its whole area called Cebu. Without this temple exist there or the storehouse, it couldn't this place get the Cebu barrier. You can see according to the sound what is explained this area by itself. I don't have to not really tell you, but when you know about the sound system, you can figure it out by yourself. When they come back, they start to rebuild the system again, where they're starting already in Bockland or Gotland. And now, with this period son or period family, when they make these 12 sons and 7 daughters, this 10th son, which is going to the tropical out, we get one in Hindustan. This man who was coming, this one of these boys, he called Hans Udan's man, called Hanuman. What we say today Hanuman in Hindustan. And Hanuman, he come to Hindustan and he go with Shiva, Vishnu, Brahman, because he is one Brahman. Because he get from the Shiva this wise, and he come, when you have these three things, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahman, that means he has something from the Shiva, which is when he get inside in his brain, he became the Brahman. And this Hanuman, Hans Udan's man, who was coming with the big mountain, you can see still in India today with the Shiva, Vishnu, Brahman. And this Hanuman, he go to Radhastan to give the information out from the listener barrier, what he been getting the information there. Or from the listener barrier the information. And now he go in Radhastan in Pueskar in the Narkasul and offer the all information and offer also Shiva Vishnu. And this Hans Udan's man, he is one article, because when the ice time finish and then when they start to rebuild the system, the 12 son and 7 daughter, they became the article. It was not anymore the paradise time with tropical, but there is tropical, which is the people also exist, and the climate outside of the ice. And now in the Peking, we get in Hindustan, we get the Hans Udan's man. Also the Peking, he get one called Buddha. And Buddha is one message man who bring out the message. Because the tropical Narkasur, he doesn't send any Maharadhya to in the holy land. Because in Hindustan, after the ice time, they know little bit called holy land exists. What is the Udanma? Udanma. So Peking get the Buddha, what is the Asarna's Buddha. And we have the, in Hindustan, the Hans Udensman which is coming. But this not come to every year. It come only when in Hindustan get the new Narkasur, then this Hans Udensman come to the Pooh as car with the mountain information, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. Because then you can see the very honest logic and true. Because he have always, when you see any figure in Hindustan, he have always in his hand one mountain, and then they explain the Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. So I understand according to this sound system, it must be that he is coming from the information from the Udanma with this Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. Because he get from the Shiva, Vishnu, so he became the Brahma. But now from this Bock land, this period family, when they start to move, or what you say the us people, when they start to move back to the Udanma 9,011 years ago, to rebuild again the system. In that time, there are two sons which is going away or jumping away from the system. One called Sven and one called Dan. So Sven go to the Uppsala and the Dan go to the Novgorod. No, sorry. Dan go to the called Urlan. And the Dan, he go to the Urlan and he make his karar. And Sven, he go to the Uppsala and he make his karar. So now we have this Sven and Dan. They was not this period family, but coming anyway from the Lemminkainen sperm. But they was not in the system because they in the period family, they make the 12th son and 7th daughter. But the Sven and Dan, they was not between 1st to 12. They was outside of 12. So now they find out that is they can make their karar with the example like the Narkasur, because Narkasur, he is one all-father also in his ringland, because in the paradise time, Piruet, Ruset, Yarulet and Karlet and Trelet, this system, the king was not making any children. For example, Seppo Maya or heirs Omai, they doesn't make any children. But in the Narkasur system, when the Narkasur make first crown prince, the Narkasur, he could make the children. So now this example, the Sven and Dan take the same example from the Narkasur or the Peking or Sultan or Rasul or Suleiman. So slowly, this system start to rebuild again with the Sven and Dan, where they are not getting any Hanuman, but they follow anyway little bit about the Narkasur system, or they follow the Narkasur system. But the Narkasur by itself, he get one message man from Udanma, but the Sven and Dan, they doesn't get any message man. Like we get Hanumans or Hans Wudensman, or the Peking get the bull R. And in America they call Tiki, something called Tiki, like same this ten sun, what we say the Hanuman, they call like Tiki. In America, other side of this ball, where we don't have so much information. But maybe coming somebody's in the future, so we can sit down with them to analyze this kind of things. So slowly the system start to rebuild. But now come again one more boy called Krishna. And now the Krishna, he was not the 12th son, he was outside of the 12. Also one article, same like the Sven and Dan. But now he doesn't go to make any his kara. He go to Hindustan, to the Narkasur system, with the domestic animal where they has been creating in the ice time what you call article animal also. The pig, cow and the chicken. And there is more animals also where he go, but this is all animal, it is the article animal. So now in Hindustan when we come, we never see one article before. So of course it is for us like one Bhagwan. Because we heard from information from the Hans Wudensman, which we get the information from the Wudenma in the future, it will become like one Bhagwan, like one Ganesh, and anybody can be the father. That was the whole system actually when the Krishna came. Before the Krishna came, we have the information. Because one time it will become time that we will be complete race on the planet, the human being race. So after that we don't need the information system how we build out, because we have the full complete race, the human being. So I want to come little bit, before I go with this Krishna, I want to come little bit about how they was offering to the Ukkos brain in Hindustan. The Gati men, they go to the car and they offer them, and the car they go to offer for the Radia, and the Radia they go offer to the Maha Radia, and Maha Radia go to offer to the Narkasul. And Narkasul, he is offering to the Hans Wudensman or Hanuman in one divan. And now when the Hanuman or Hans Wudensman, when he go back, he could offer the Ukko. In like that they are in the offering system to the offer the Ukko's brain. In the ice time they could only offer for the Narkasul brain. They could not offer for the Ukko brain because Ukko have no contact the outside. Now we get this, I don't know exactly how many years before, but just to get more picture from this Krishna, when we get about 5,000 years ago or little bit more. But let's say like 5,000 years ago, we get the Krishna to Hindustan with the article animals, and now we have one information from before. In one period it will become one gun is, and there anybody can be the father, because in Narkasur system or the period system, anybody, not everybody could be the father. It must be always healthy and the strong and the beauty who was chosen to be father. Or the also same with the female. Female must also, she must be look the beauty and the healthy that she can be the mother. Otherwise she couldn't be not the mother. So now we see the Krishna, which is completely blonde, blonde hair, blonde blue eyes and green eye, blue eyes. So for us it was when he lived in Hindustan with his domestic animals, for us he was like one Bhagwan, because we know there is exist one Bhagwan where we get all information out, and we was waiting one information from Bhagwan. But now Krishna come and he say, for what you are waiting for, that me, I am the Bhagwan coming personally by myself. So here you can have the all information straight. So now he make one called par system, where the man and the woman, not the man and man, because in the paradise system there was the par system was like man and man. You have one, your heart friend, the man have his heart friend, and woman, she have her heart friend. So woman have always the woman friend, and man have always the man friend. Woman cannot be the man friend, and man cannot be the woman friend, because we doesn't have the same. I think that everybody knows. So now the Krishna, he explained by himself, what you are waiting for that, me I am here, so you get all information. And for these poor Hindustan people, it was, yes, we never see one article before. So Narkasur system slowly start to break, start to not exist, and came the Pal system. Now we have this Ra Di A in Narkasur system, which was only to make children. So now they decide to go to the Holy Land to get the information in the right way, because they find out they are losing their job. Because now any car can be the make children, any gati can make children, so the car, they run. So this Dia or Raja, they start to lose their job in Hindustan, because this Krishna, he introduced the Par system. So they decide to go to the whole land. But so Krishna, he go, the people in Hindustan start to follow the Krishna system. And today what you see in Hindustan, it is only the Krishna system, is nothing left from the Narkasur system, maybe little bit festival left from the name, because today we can see according to the sound system, like we have D, Wal, E in the sound system, what he say, you can say, because this is according to the root sound. And we have also one other festival called Holy Festival, Holy. And when we get the Holy Festival, we are throwing each other color in the first night, and second day the people is walking, or the children going house to house with the mask which is coming tongue out. It is same symbol like Narkasur, because Narkasur he have the tongue out. Also this Rasul have the tongue out. And the Narkasur today in Hindustan is only one name left, and they think is very bad guy. But according to this history or saga or mythology or the sound system, is the explained Narkasur has been All Father in Hindustan before the Krishna came to the Hindustan.